stay out of the... Alright, regain my bearings. I can fast travel once I kill this Madpole. Or make him go far enough away. And done! And we made it to Mushroom Village.
Does it have Myconid?
No. There's only one thing I would call a Myconid, and he's late game. And hopefully he is friend. Let's talk to the mayor. Live and drink, traveler. Welcome to my village. Idyllic Kyakukia, which most people have trouble saying, as it is spoken in the native tongue. How may I serve you? You are an albino ape. Indeed I am. What can you tell me about Kyakukia? Kyakukia is a village of hunters and gatherers. The natives are not likely to pay you much mind as long as you leave them alone. If it's commerce that interests you, take a gander at Eurlsware's in the northwest corner. Sven Leinard's too, if he's graced us with his presence. I must warn you, however, if you harbor any villainous intentions, you do well to abandon them. Warden Indrix will be keeping his eye on you. And the Warden here is one of the 2 NPCs in the game who have the Decapitate skill, which means they can dismember you, and it is possible for him to dismember your head.
Which is insta-death if you have 1 head.
And if you have 2 heads, it is very heavy bleeding. And then if it happens again, you die. It's very rare to have more than 2 heads.
Unless you're a Hydra.
Alright, and the mayor actually has a book. The Corpus Callis? How do you pronounce that?
Colas?
Colas. Oh, that's more expensive than I thought, but we want this book.
What does it do?
It's a book about diseases.
I guess that makes some sense with the name.
Something about the body?
Yeah.
Here, I'll give you the stuff for it. He also has an advertisement for the workshop of Moshrimur, legendary Glover. But we're not interested because legendary merchants aren't much better than regular merchants, it turns out. Unless you...
and also, you don't need a ball that can turn into other types of ball.
I do want one, but I don't think we have one in this game. And the ball form is probably the best because it doesn't break.
But it needs to be the crystal form to finish.
Yeah, but the crystal breaks and then you get losing a life. So yeah, let's... Corpus Callias... Iron Shank... The cures for diseases are procedurally generated, but this book will tell you what they are. And the best time to have the cure for a disease is before...
as early in the game as possible.
Is before you get disease, and Golgotha is the first place where there's really any noticeable likelihood. It's also where there's the highest likelihood. So yeah, Iron Shank, basically the leg bones thicken and fuse, reducing mobility. It's a bad disease. It's also the rarer of the diseases you can get. Alright, the cure is oil mixed with gel.
Are those rare? They don't sound rare.
They're uncommon liquids, but I definitely know how to reliably find one of them and likely find the other. Also, Iron Shake of the disease you can get is probably the least immediately... It's the least panic-worthy. Even if I get it, I can probably just go and get the cure as is. Monochrome, it's just a...
It lowers your vision.
No, it's a brain. It's an interface screw. It removes all color from the game.
Which can be somewhat important.
Yeah, and it's mostly just... And I consider it just anti-fun. It also doesn't make sense because it makes it hard to tell certain types of enemies apart. Whereas your character's not telling them apart by their color, but by their other features, so it's kind of... separate. It doesn't make sense.
It's more of a fourth wall interference than an actual
Right.
logical.
You can only catch it from a specific enemy that is a later game enemy. Not worried about that. Moon King Fever, I don't even know what it does. It's a disease where you become suicidally brave and believe that you are the king of the moon. And Glot Rot, where your tongue rots and falls out. That's the one we're worried about.
Does it make you die?
No. But you can't talk. If you can't talk, you can't accept or finish quests.
Or trade, I'm guessing.
You can trade, but prices are really ramped up. Probably just because it makes you very unappealing when you can't, when your tongue rots out. This is the one we want. 1 part blood. Okay, I know where we can get blood very easily.
Just from you, if you need to.
Right. I know places where there are these like floor cactus. The Fractus just run over them a bunch and there's blood everywhere. It's great if you have blood-powered fuel cells. Just fill them up with your own blood. Just give me an IV and stick it straight.
Problem solving.
1 part sap. That's more difficult because I'm
Not a plant.
but I know well how to harvest it from plants. You want to injure them without killing them, so you want to find a glow pet. I'm going to just punch the sap out of them, literally. Just literally punch their sap out, all of it, and then put it in a mug. And 3 parts water. Oh god, water. Water.
So what you're saying is that it was generous to you on the solution this time.
Yes, the worst I've had was, let's see, I think a mix of wine, honey, and cider, which actually sounds like it would taste decent. But those are all like,
Rare.
well, no, but they're expensive. You basically have to buy them. If I had the photosynthetic skin mutation, I'd literally have all I need, because if you have that, your blood is part sap already. So yeah.
And water is your money, so.
Right.
Or, it's your lowest tier money.
Yes. Blood and water are the 2 easiest ingredients you could have possibly asked me for. Sap, I'm going to have to find a plant along the way that's actually an enemy, because trees don't have sap.
Which is weird, because trees very much have sap.
Only animate ones. And there are fungal infections, which you get from mushrooms, not gross sewers. Alright.
Which you're saying right now isn't a problem.
Right, and the mushrooms are extremely rarely a problem for me. Alright, let's talk to the warden.
So that's very different from Cataclysm then, where the mushrooms are very, very
where a fungal infection can basically kill you. Or, well, it can make you wish you were dead. It'll make it so you can't do anything, really.
Because you're stuck in place.
Because you're in perpetual excruciating pain because your arms keep exploding. Why are you called Pariah? Speak nothing of that name to me, you are warned. I like how the first option you have here is the one he just told you not to do. No points for guessing what happens if you ask him again.
He kicks you.
No, he kicks your ass. And you die.
I mean, pariah is a term for, like,
a social
very
outcast.
disliked person, yeah.
So instead, I will say, I am in search of work. Gra! There's but one task I know to offer. It is most treacherous, and in all likelihood, you will perish. Is your interest waned? No. There is a river just north of the village that runs an eastwardly course into the jungle. Along its bank lies a goat folk village. There resides a mighty shaman, Mammon Soul Drinker. Edgy.
Is the name changed?
No. There's nothing procedurally generated about this, except maybe the location of Mammon Soul Drinker. He's in possession of a talisman of great power, an amaranthine prism that refracts the psyche of its handler in much the same way as Mayor Nuntu has explained to me. A common prism refracts light. The thing is cursed, traveler. No man or goat may safely wield it for long. You must travel to the village and retrieve the prism from Mammon by any means necessary. Do you understand? Is there anything else I should know? There is. Firstly, Mammon will likely have several goat folk under his enthrallment, and they will protect him at all costs. Secondly, take care to stay out of Mammon's reach, for his power is most potent when he may lay hands on you. Finally, once you recover the prism, do not under any circumstances wield it.
Is it like insta-death?
I needn't warn you of the consequences should you return to me bearing that charm. It is instant death, no, but it is death. It will refract your psyche. While you're wielding it, your willpower will start to go down, and your ego will start to go up in equal measure. Once your willpower reaches 0, it basically consumes you, your mind, and you die. You cannot unequip it.
So it functions as instant death. It's just
Delayed
instant death.
Right, and your power gets wonky as you have it, but there's only one way to de-equip it, and that's using precognition to basically look at a future in which you equip it, and then decide you don't want to do that. Which actually does have other weird consequences, but nothing serious, probably. Alright, I am willing. So no, just don't equip it. You will die.
So how many people get curious and lose a character?
I have never heard of it happening. I'm sure it's happened. But I never hear people complaining about that.
I'm guessing it's because most people who've played roguelikes already know if you're told not to do something, there's a good chance it'll just kill you.
If you come back to him while equipped, also he will immediately be hostile to you. There's several ways to make him hostile to you. It's just, if you pay attention to what you're doing, you won't. Unless you want to, in which case, well, that's on you. Oh wait, I need to look at these guys to see if I want to do the water ritual with them.
Water ritual?
Yeah, you basically do it's a ritual of kinship that basically makes, if a faction likes them, they'll like you. If they hate them, they'll hate you. So let's look at the mayor and see. He is loved by this village. That makes sense. He's disliked by birds for insulting their pairs of sandals. But this is like something you would say, what? I've never heard of that one. He is hated by pariahs, which is one in his village, for leading a raiding party on one of their camps. And he is admired by beetles for sharing fresh water with them. Basically, there's nothing useful if I do or don't do this ritual here. There is only one faction of type of bird in the game that is actually hostile, and it's very hostile, so it'll attack me regardless. Pariahs are pretty rare. Beetles are inanimate. So no, there's no point in this. I just think it's weird that he's technically hated by his own warden? That could lead to problems if his warden sees him. He might actually kill the mayor. He might not, I'm not sure. Factions can get weird. And what about the warden? He is loved by the Fellowship of Wardens, of which he is one, and by pariahs. He is admired by this village for protecting it. He is hated by goat folk for a reason he won't share. Goat folk typically hate you anyway, so... Yeah,
Which
sure.
is too bad, because I like goats.
Hey, regular goats are fine with you. Just not goat folk.
Yeah, but I like certain goat folk that I know of, too.
That's unfortunate, because... being not hostile with goat folk really makes the jungles way less tedious to go through. As much as you expect the jungles to be weird and diverse, it's mostly a goat battlefield.
So are they more like fawn, or are they more like boss monsters?
They're like this guy.
No, I mean like in...
They're anthropomorphic goats.
So they're like boss monsters.
Yes, but they're very, like, warlike. And they have bombs.
Bombs.
Yes, I will. Your thirst is mine, my water is yours, or as others would say, slurp time. I want to take that drawback, but I don't like the mechanical drawback of it.
What is it?
All factions like you a bit less at the start.
If you say slurp time?
No, if you're socially repugnant.
Oh, which is where you say slurp
Right.
time?
Yeah, you can say things like, instead of, your thirst is mine, my water yours, you can say, my thirst is mine, your water yours. Or, let's swap spittle. It's very
so it's making out is what you're doing.
Oh, we have a secret to share with him! We'll share the location of these other places, which will make the wardens like us more. We could ask him to share a secret, but that will cost us reputation, so we won't. Let's go to the shopkeeper, who is... This is the shopkeeper! Ural, the sentient cucumber vine. He is equipped with a clay pot. So yeah, even plants are sentient. Well,
Some.
a lot of them are. Friend! Guns, knives, hats, cucumbers? What are you? What's your story? I'm Ural, Chandler and Consortium Notary. As for my story, I've been growing out of this pot for a while now. Before that, I was in another pot. Consortium? Yes, the Consortium of Phyta. We are a fellowship of trees, vines, shrubs, weeds, flowers, herbs, cacti, algae, most sorts of plants, really. A dastardly crowd, unquestionably. How else am I to restock my shelves or ascertain news from across good? What about fungi? Fungi. I'm a chandler in a gentle plant. I cook fungi. I shelter myself under the caps of fungi. But consort with fungi? You do me harm, friend. I believe I have a caller presently. Perhaps you should retire from here. But I said, good day, friend. So no, the Consortium of Phyta hates fungi.
Which is odd, because they are very much cooperative in nature.
If you have a fungal infection, you actually improve your reputation with fungi and hurt your reputation with them. In which case, sometimes this guy was up, now somehow march over and attack you despite being a potted vine.
But plants provide aid to fungi so that way they can use mycelium to communicate with one another.
Well, they don't understand. The Consortium doesn't understand that. So what do you got for me?
Mycelium is super fascinating.
It's very strange. I don't want anything but your copper nuggets.
It feels heavy, like it's still got a vine. Does.
Actually, do I
Oh,
have...
this is 196.
I'm gonna scrap some of my scrap real quick while I'm not in a dangerous area.
Scrap, all the scraps and scrap.
I suppose I could take his sap, but I feel that would be... that would be bad. It'd also be murdery, but... well, it'll be regardless, but then the warden will come here and kill me.
Getting killed is not a very good way to succeed in games.
Yeah. I hear there's some other shopkeeper here I didn't know about before? Where? Mushroom gatherers. Monkey statue.
So if you knew that it was going to have a negative effect, why did you ask him that?
Oh, it didn't have a negative effect. He just got snappy, but it didn't actually have any mechanical effect.
Okay, so it doesn't affect his
It's just his
disposition to
dialogue.
you.
Correct. Well, that's interesting dialogue. Watine, watinoi, watine, watinoi, says the wood sprog. Good. I can't find another shopkeeper, but I got what I came for. Now to get back. I want to go to a salt marsh, but that's out of the way. Oh wait, we should have a Joppa recoiler, which should let us zoop there.
So is this the less procedurally generated version of the playthrough that you're doing?
It only changes the starting village to be a pre-built village instead of a random one, which I generally find to be much easier.
Is this still part of it?
What?
Because you said that a lot of this stuff isn't procedurally
The
generated.
quests mostly aren't, and the world map isn't, but most other stuff is. A lot of things are, a lot of things aren't.
In all playthroughs?
Yes. Alright, Argyle, have you anything new for me while I'm by?
Have you ever won?
I've not reached the current end of the current last dungeon. The game is main story is still a step or two away from being finished. But yeah, I usually die like a fourth of the way through the final dungeon. The 4 times I've been there. Here's a recipe for an antimatter cell, which I probably will never be able to build, so I don't want that.
Is it like super late game stuff?
Yes, it's the best type of fuel cell. Let's see if the merchant here has another pistol for me. No, but he has a masterwork musket, which is not what I want. Give me your copper nuggets. Alright, I'm gonna wander out in the swamps and just punch out some sap. I don't have any blood currently, but I can get that anytime.
No, you have blood. You just don't have any accessible blood.
Right. Hey, you Glowpie, I'm gonna have to swap places with you to get you out of the water where you want to be. There, now you're dry. I'm gonna wait for the water around you to dry, the petals dry up, so I don't end up mixing the sap with that, and... boxing with this lily pad.
It's a silly line.
There, now, how much sap do I get? I get 1 sap.
So not very much.
But I only need 1 sap.
Well, for 1 potion.
Yeah. It's weird to have a whole water scheme with just 1 dram in it. I'll punch out another. Out of the water. Nothing personal, but I don't want to lose my tongue, so...
I like the name of this, the Mighty Music Mailer.
Just pow. Bleed more! Thank you, yes, keep bleeding. And don't make me bleed, because then I'll bleed in the sap, and oops, I accidentally stepped in the sap, damn it. Well, you made 3 puddles here. Oh, no. How'd that sap get contaminated? What? Oh, this sap is, it's gross! Aww, why happen?
Because you picked a yucky one.
Oh, there it is. There now, 3 drams of sap. That's enough for 3. That's enough. Re-equip my knives so I don't go around punching gross things.
How many drams can a water skin hold?
64.
So you could make a lot of potions if you filled it.
I don't plan on getting sick that many times.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure about that?
Oh wait, there's some areas here I've marked for some reason. What are they? I'm strong enough. Let's check it out. Let's go to Karelep. Oh, it's a historical site full of fish. I feel like we've been here before. What's going on? Why did I...
Did you forget to unmark it?
Oh, that's why I came back, because there was a turret here, and I just marched right up to it. Thankfully, this is the weakest turret. That's why I left before. Oh, no, that's the other way. Oh no, it's an acid gas miner Mark 1. It means he goes around planting acid gas mines Mark 1. Thankfully, they're not hidden. But Auto Explore doesn't notice them.
But there are Roberts in this area.
Yes.
Although those ones are neutral, they just make things that are dangerous.
They're hostile, they just don't attack.
Oh.
They will just go around playing mines. Their alignment doesn't even matter. If you have a village that's inhabited by them...
They'll still make mines in your area.
Yes, which is very funny and also bad. Ooh, I get a weird artifact. What is it? Oh, it's a grenade. It is. Fungicide grenade. That is not useful. Amethyst deposits. Oh no! I'm gonna have to come back here with mining equipment and spend a few years mining in here.
I take it gemstones are really, really useful.
They're very weight efficient. Well,
Money sources.
yes. Far more than
Water.
most things. Yeah, including water. Oh no, it's a drill robot.
A drobot.
Oh,
It's that one thing from
yeah.
that one game we
Wow,
played.
you were weak. Look how much amethyst there is. My god, I'm just gonna dig out the world. It would take a long time.
It's a copper knopper.
All of a sudden, I'm Minecraft.
Ooh.
I can do it right now, but digging with daggers is very slow. Oh, ow, quit it.
So does Minecraft Steve use his old oof, or does he use
I've not
the
played it
impact
yet.
sound?
Oh, you're a rifle turret. Scary. Oh, that's a... Oh, no, that leech is full of blood, so he doesn't care. This is a fish dungeon. Oh, beetles. Beetles in my fish dungeon.
Hey you, noodles.
Noodle.
Noodle.
Ah, what's hurting me? Oh, I'm flanked. Get out, get out. There we go. There's clearly a beetle nest up here.
A beetle needle.
Gonna fight my way over to it.
Are beetles decent training, or are they low level?
Compared to me, they're easy.
So they don't give much experience for just fighting a nest.
No. The nest gives me decent experience for killing it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, beating each beetle itself isn't
No.
particularly useful training.
No. What's up here that's dead? A beetle. Oh. Whip up a meal. A diaphanous wing. Another diaphanous wing. Some freed rear and an eminent glow pad leaf.
What makes it imminent?
I don't know. That's proc gen.
I like that it gave the same item twice.
It seems to do that mostly with diaphanous wings, but I like it doesn't say it's 2 wings. It's just 1 twice. Oh no, it's centipede. A small rosy tube. What kind of potion is this? Shade oil. It
Makes you sneaky.
yeah, I'm gonna sell it. A dart gun. That is not useful, but I'll sell it.
Can you empty potions into water skins if you have a bunch of the same potion?
No, it's only in an injector. Alright, so it's time for me to head down to the second floor of this historic site.
I think that this blade is dull since I have more luck cutting with the flat side than the sharp side. Supposed sharp side.
I don't know the theme of this dungeon besides fish. But some other things are here. Ooh, books! Books! That's the theme! Yay! Book dungeon! That's gonna be lots of experience.
And possibly information to give to people.
Books don't give you information.
But I thought that's how you got, like, lore things.
No, you get those by looking at engraved or painted things,
Oh.
which is weird. Books you give to a librarian for experience.
I find it weird that you can't get both from them.
That is weird.
All books here are fiction.
Except for the one. But statues are non-fiction.
Yeah, statues are always pure fact.
Oh, there's not seeming much on this floor. I shouldn't say things like that, but what can you do? Don't want the iron short sword. Where is everyone? Are they
You don't
lost?
want the heavy object?
It's not heavy, it's just not light enough.
You don't want the heavy enough object?
No. Yeah, this is just the fish floor. This is where the fish hang out. Weird place for the fish to hang out.
I mean, it's underwater, isn't it?
No, but there are pools of water in there. And there's this monk around you just killing them all. You are! You are! You are! You break free!
I forget what causes that, usually.
When you're stuck